Investors, if no one has done so yet, let me be the very first to welcome you to the month of August. And as you know, at the start of each new month means the big monthly dividend income reveal video from me, which is exactly what you're all going to get today. Now, if you're new here, I'm Ari, your dividend investor here on YouTube, sharing all the economic insights and new dividend stock ideas for you to be more successful as a dividend investor. But as for today, as mentioned, we're strictly only going to be talking about my dividend income that I received from July. So how about we dive right in? So here we are, our first week of August, which wow, I can't even help but notice how fast this year has been going by. But nonetheless, it's been quite a successful year to say the least. And I mean, as of late, my account has just been hitting new record high after new record high, recently coming in at $126,364.06. But more on that to come in a later video. As for today, I just want to talk about my dividend stocks, the portfolio changes that I've been making, and moreover, the dividend income that I've received specifically from 4 dividend stocks during the month of July, and then head right into the dividend tracker with all of you to show you through the power of dividend investing in and of itself. With that, just a quick chat now about why my portfolio didn't necessarily have a record-breaking month or let alone even top months prior this year. And in short, it all boils down to this process of trimming down my portfolio in full belief that a smaller portfolio in terms of holdings is way better and more powerful. And thus far, the results have been speaking for themselves. But it also means that some months deliver through on a much greater return than others. Now, ultimately, it is all about the scoreboard, and the scoreboard is just one's brokerage account, so whatever strategy works for you works. Now, before we get to the dividend stocks that paid me out in the month of July, I also want to share that with each stock that I mention, I'm going to give you my 2 cents on the stock and then what I'm actually doing with the position in the future, whether I'm buying, selling, or holding strong. So now let's rewind all the way back to July 3rd, where we had the all-famous Coca-Cola, ticker symbol KO, pay me a dividend. And I think it goes without saying that a gem like this should be in all of our income portfolios, as it's the world's most dominant soft drink manufacturer. But most importantly to note is just the protection, so to speak, that it gives you with its iconic name, with its main product alone, but that doesn't even speak to the 200 plus brands that Coca-Cola is delivering through on. However, it's also all about the timing when you're investing into Coca-Cola. You want it at the right price, to which I don't think right now it's really calling our names, as it's trading for $61 a pop with a PE ratio at 25.8. And a matter of fact, even insiders have been offloading shares worth of Coca-Cola for their profits. On top of that, hedge funds are allocating their capital elsewhere. But in due time, we could see Coca-Cola trading for fairer prices, to which I would then be buying more shares, especially as analysts forecast plenty of upside, over 15% worth of it trading for $71.73 worth of a price target. Nonetheless, I'm holding 19 shares for the time being, which allowed me to collect $8.79 worth of dividend income, thanks to their dividend yield coming in at 2.88%. Now, before we move on, investors, let me know if you find value in dividend income videos like this by tapping on that thumbs up button. And if you're really looking for new dividend stock ideas, well, then consider subscribing so you never miss a single video. With that, let's rewind all the way back to July 14th for a real estate payday now with Realty Income, ticker symbol O, which if you're a dividend investor, I'm assuming you know that Realty Income is a solid monthly paying dividend stock and one that delivers through month after month, as it's a leading net lease solutions real estate investment trust with over 12,400 properties spanning across all 50 states and into the UK as well as Spain. Of course, we can also see here that they hold a 99% occupancy rating with their 1,200 plus clients, which is just outstanding. But what matters most is, again, when it's time to buy. And while Realty Income has been sliding recently, trading for $60 as of this video, I'm certainly liking the buy-in price more and more, but it's not necessarily in the mid to low 50s, which is where I'd like it to be. However, hedge funds have already begun their buying spree, as we can see smart money moves being made, and also plenty of optimism from analysts, with the share price forecast to come in at $71.81 per share, making for 17% worth of upside. And as for me, again, at the right buy-in price, I'll be buying more, but as for now, I'm with 103 shares worth of Realty Income, which allowed me to receive $26.57 thanks to their dividend yield coming in at 4.9%. And on the same day, I also received a dividend paycheck from Medtronic, ticker symbol MDT, which is a leading medical technology company that develops and manufactures medical devices worldwide. And to be honest with you, it's an investment that I would consider to be underrated and an under the radar flying opportunity. But it's lucrative as ever and often mentioned in many of my videos. Now, I'm not necessarily a fan of buying it right now after we've had plenty of hedge funds buying into it last quarter, increasing their share count by about 8.4 million shares in total, and had more investors buying into it where that share price went from $78 a share to $87 per share. That's roughly 13% worth of a change year to date. And this PE ratio is coming in at 31.3. So again, it just means it's a pass for me right now, but still plenty of upside predicted, 11.58% worth of it, the share price coming up to around $100 per share. Not to mention the ability to just continue to collect on the dividend, which I received $18.17 per share, thanks for the dividend yield coming in at 3.09%. And last but not least here, we have Stag Industrial, ticker symbol STAG, which is another monthly paying REIT, but one focused solely on industrial properties like warehouses, with a total of 558 properties across 41 states. Now, it's been coming in hot for years as a backdoor to the world of e-commerce, which is why I think we've actually seen Stag Industrial's performance pair with the economic news over the last few years, and more recently trading for $36 per share, which is up 15% year to date as the economic turnaround pans out, which is why I think we have bullish analysts predicting a share price of $42 per share. Of course, smart money has also been buying more since last quarter, but I must be honest in sharing that I don't think I'm going to be a buyer of Stag Industrial anytime soon with the approach that I'm currently taking. However, I'm going to continue to collect here on the dividend. For owning 29 shares, I received $3.67, giving the dividend yield is coming in at 4.03%. Now, I also received an extra $5.51 for the money within my settlement fund, which brings us to a grand total of $62.71 for the month of July. Now, if we jump into the dividend tracker, again, we can see I didn't necessarily top previous months, but still rocking and rolling and building this dividend snowball to shatter a record come the end of the year. But investors, now I want to know just how much you brought in. Be sure to drop a comment down below with your top dividend stocks that paid you out, and of course your total for the month of July. Now also be sure to check out this video right here. It's going to unpack more dividend stock ideas. Before you do, tap on that subscribe button and of course tap on that thumbs up button while you're at it.